to clean it. Look like I might. Let me see. I do it by hands. I don't know if that'll work. Blessings. I hope you are well. Good morning. So, ladies, I'm getting ready to go. I woke up. Okay, new routine. First of all, I don't know if you'll get on. I know this YouTube, and this is probably just how it's designed. If I don't post a lot, then when I do post, they don't really notify people. Or also, it's probably very early where my demographic is as well. So I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. But y'all, your girl is, I want to say I'm getting back in shape. And if you noticed, I like hesitate to say it because I don't know, that just didn't resonate with me, getting back in shape. I don't know if I'm that much like I'm out of shape in a sense where I know that, why say what you, it seems like I'm talking negatively about myself. I'm trying to be I'm wanting to be very careful with my words. Honey, I just been listening to Esther Hicks all night, the Abraham, and listening to it this morning. And I really want to make sure that how I want to feel and what I say matches up. Not how I feel and what I say matches up. Because if that feeling is not good and what you're saying is not good, it's going to bring more of not good, right? So I want to, what I want to be and what I'm saying, they need to match up because what I want to be is what I want. And if you want it, that means you don't have it. And why you don't have it? Because you're aligning to the wrong vibration. So I felt that. And it wasn't like I was taught that in my sense or I learned that. I felt that. So I am discovering my new routine. It took me, I've been here for a little over a month, no, probably now 5 weeks. So I've been here probably 5 weeks in the Volta region. And so my routine that I used to do at the other place, I didn't do it all. So I didn't lift weights. I didn't do my yoga, and I didn't do like exercise. You know what I'm saying? In general, I would take a very short walk, which of course I'll do that, but that's more for it's like on a beautiful path. It's all the the trees, and it's very natural, and that's a little more of just a walking meditation. Feel the sun, feel the breeze. But when I exercise, I want to, get the heart rate up, and I want to sweat, and I want to, when I'm walking exercise. So there's another route that I can go the opposite direction, and I'm definitely going up the hill. And I want that because it's great, it's invigorating, and it gets my blood going. It was when I first got here and all the weeks that I haven't done any exercise, it was because I wasn't feeling resonance to those exercises anymore at that moment. And good morning. Thank you for the thumbs up too. I appreciate you being here. I wasn't resonating with the exercises anymore. I wasn't, and I was like, oh, what if I never resonate with the exercise anymore? I remember like my weights, because I did a little weight lift today, very small. I'm starting off slow. Y'all, muscle memory is real, and I was right back in. It was like it was no big deal. I've been fasting for a few days, not deliberately, just how the ancestors do me. I just started really eating less and feeling better to the point that then I'll get to a point where I'm eating less and not feeling better. And that's usually where I have to start to think about a plan. But I realized that the plan has to fit where I am now, whether that's the exercise, whether that's the way I eat. Even if the eating seems similar, it still has to have some plan. So what do you mean, Lisa, when you say, oh, I have to have a plan on how I'm eating now? And if I need to soak my beans the night before, I need to do that. If I need to soak my nuts, I need to do that. If I got to chop up my vegetables now, I need to do that. If I got to freeze my bananas, I need to do that. If I got to make my herbal tea at night so I could have my herbal tea in the morning, I need to do that, So my routine is going to be, it may look similar because I'm using some of the same things that I used in the last place and the place before as far as like my herbs, food, but it's different because you're in another place. So everything about the new place has a new vibration. And I didn't realize this, and I didn't realize I was going to say this. So the thing I guess I'm saying is, you could still be eating the same things, but if you're in a new vibration, the same things don't feel like the same. You could be soaking your nuts like you soak nuts, but in a new place, it seems different because now you're soaking your nuts looking out the window and in my case, seeing all green trees. It all goes together. It's almost like, I don't know, it's weird. Spirit's like saying it's like you're eating your vibration. And the vibration is new. So now the routine, which now maybe we can't even call it a routine, but that thing you used to do, it's not really the same thing you used to do. Even though it's looking, maybe somebody looked at it and said, oh, you're doing your push-ups? Oh, you're doing your sit-ups? Because they know that's what you do. And you might say, oh, I guess I am doing my push-ups, or I guess I am doing my sit-ups, because for you, it don't feel the same. It's a different room, on a different floor, in a different direction, got different light, got different energy, got different weather. Like I just got off the floor, I got my little workout clothes on, I got to find what I can find. And I was about to just go outside, and it looks like rain. And when it rains, it rains. So like you don't really want to get caught. It's like in a way I want to get caught in it as as I'm close to home, because I really do want the rain shower. Like I want when it rains here, it rains almost every day. In this dry season, it rains every day. And what I should say is a thunder shower, a thunderstorm. I don't want to say thunderstorm, a rain shower. I'm gonna say sometimes it's sunny and raining, or sometimes that little thunder come and it come fierce. But I mean, it might last. I don't really say 10 minutes. It'd be less than that. And it's just that cooling off. It's so. I didn't know how I could love something like so much too. I love it. You know it's coming. It gets dark. The winds start blowing fiercely. Everything, the curtains start blowing. I don't know. I just love it. And you gotta put your buckets out because to catch the water. It's the greatest feeling. And if no one was near me, like I got two neighbors inside, the landlord over here. I would probably dance in that bad boy. And that's why I got to go to my land so that I can dance in the rain. Like I've never in my life had that excitement. Maybe when you was a kid you wanted to do it, and even as a kid, growing up maybe in a Black American household, you're gonna tell your family, I'm gonna go downstairs from the projects, right? I'm gonna throw the trash in the incinerator, and I'm going to take myself down the stairwell or the broken elevator, and I'm gonna go outside, and where old people are sitting on a bench, and I'm just gonna stand in the rain and be like, hallelujah. Although I didn't move to the project until I was 14, but I still lived in, some neighborhoods. I don't want to tell the whole same old negative story, but here I want that rain. I want it to drench me. I want my hair to be drenched. I want my face, and I'm gonna do that one day. I'm just gonna act like they're not around, and they could be looking at me from their windows. I really don't care. But at least if I was walking in the rain and I could just get that experience, like I would take off my head wrap, like I would really enjoy it. And that just changes the routine. So like I'm walking. Let me see. In Tete Gu, I never walked. That's the place I used to live in. It wasn't that kind of walking. Didn't have to me. I didn't like walking in the city anymore. The house before we walked, it was about Elijah where I lived. We didn't have. There's no real sidewalks where I used that apartment, that house, and that neighborhood. So walking was very difficult. But here, walking is everywhere. You can go right. It's like crossroad. You can go right. You can go in front of you and back of you, to the right, to the left, or to the right. You know what I'm saying? You can. And the only thing that you might get is people staring at you, the farmers, because that's what people are coming out early in the morning. They're going to farm, and they'll look at you because you look like a stranger, look like this outfit alone. But soon I realized you just got to keep doing it, and after a while they won't even pay you no mind, or who cares, right? Like they not looking because they don't like you. They just trying to figure out who you are because they know everybody. And I really want to go for that walk today. And what really made me want to go for, I kept saying to myself, wow, I'm not really walking. Like, wasn't that my whole point? I was going to move out here, and I was going to walk every day. And even though, that dream was to be on the land and to walk every day, because it's really hilly, and it's just, But you could easily walk here, too. Up there is the village, and they're farming, too. So they're farming in the town, and they're farming up there. And I realized why I couldn't get into the walking, because there was something that I needed to do first. And that was to be on the floor, to do the womb yoga, the Ari Anka, as Queen of Ford calls it, to do the stretching. It's like you got to wake your body up, be like, body, wake up, body, wake up. And it's funny because today when I was working out, it wasn't about trying to get to a goal. Before, when I started this working out and got these weights and the yoga mat, all stuff that I bought here when I was in Accra, it was because I wanted my butt to be a certain way. It was because I just wanted my whole body probably to look a certain way. I think it was more my butt at that point. I'm so not there anymore. I'm working out or exercising or stretching. See, now it's getting even softer and even more to how I'm feeling because it's my chance to be connected to only me. It's my way of doing something only for myself. It's my way to be with me. I lost that. I was doing exercises and doing the routine because I have to get this goal. So I was trying to get to the destination and the journey. I won't even say I wasn't even enjoying it. I was beyond not enjoying it. I wasn't even connected to it. I forgot it happened until I ended it. I don't even remember beginning it. It was so, I got lost. And when you don't do things, and I don't want to say, because that's probably that roster part of me, but for just vanity reasons, can we just throw that out there? It doesn't have the same, you're not enjoying it sometimes as much as if you was just to do it because it's a connection to you and the divine. It helps you be in one place and sit still. It's making you feel good because things are happening. The blood, like I said, is pumping and your heart rate is up and you're sweating a little and you're letting go and releasing some things you might have been holding on to that you don't even remember or that you were holding on to, or you wasn't even aware of that you were holding on to. Thank you for all the people that say, I really appreciate it. Good morning. And so I want this feeling every day. I want to get on the mat because it feels so good to be with myself. It feels so good to have a routine. It feels so good it's like an act of self-love and an act of self-care. Like it's not exercising for any reason but that. Oh, it's like, that's a new place to be. That's a new place to be. I haven't been in that place in a very long time. And it just felt so good. And the only reason why I'm even sitting here on, because I miss y'all, and I really wanted to be on YouTube specifically. But I'm also waiting to see if it's going to rain. Because if it rains too hard, then, I'm not going to get too far. You know what I'm saying? So it'll let me know in a minute, It's also beautiful to get so connected to weather. Like, I think growing up in Brooklyn, in the U.S. in general, but Brooklyn especially, weather was something that I couldn't stand. Like, I loved when it was warm, the spring and the summer, and everything else. It was like the fall, I ain't like cold. So I was always fighting against the weather. And so I don't even know if I was like, oh, it's going to snow, oh, it's going to rain. And if I did acknowledge that in the States, it was because it was going to ruin my day or I had to plan differently. But here, the rain don't ruin my day. It's emotional. It don't ruin my plans. It's part of the beautiful surprise and the way that nature naturally rolls. You know what I'm saying? That you love. Like, I love it. I love it. I love it. I knew I loved nature. I didn't know I was going to live in so much of it in my lifetime, But I don't know why I didn't know it was in the vortex, right? I remember all the times that I used to, over the 20-something years of living in Oakland, California, Berkeley, Oakland, California, that I used to have various friends, my good friend Jamila, Elaine, whoever, I've walked with so many sisters, but mostly same sisters, walking up to or going to the Oakland or Berkeley hills and walking and getting up to that top and overlooking and the breath of the fresh air and the redwood trees. I used to be like, oh my God, like this is the life and this is going to be my life. And also walking with the ex and then imagine doing that walking, right? And then talking about your dreams. This is how I'm gonna live. This is what I want. One day this will be me. How great this feels. And now you're not just doing that. Now it's two or more gathered. So you and the other person are talking about these wonderful things. When I'm hiking, walking, whatever, I'm not usually talking about things I don't want. I'm experiencing what I want because I'm experiencing the feeling of what I want. I'm experiencing the feeling, period, of feeling good. But forget what I want. I'm experiencing the feeling of feeling good. forget what I want. It ain't even about that. It's like same thing. It's not about a goal or my butt. It's the feeling that I'm feeling right now. It's the greatest thing in the world. And I want to just remind you, when you can't get a feeling of feeling good because you're going through something or something's heavy on your heart, if you can't like get the feeling, do something that triggers that. Laying on the ground, doing some yoga for no other reason but maybe just to feel better. And it don't even make that a reason. Just start it and you'll see something will change and it will happen. And the sun looks like it's coming out, so I think I can walk. I'm gonna give it about a second or two more and we'll see, a few more minutes. So yeah, I really feel different. It's because I guess it's the first time that I've done what I used to do, but I guess it feels even better because I'm doing it here and I don't have the same heaviness around getting up and exercising. It was like a chore. I gotta do it. It's better. It's gonna make me feel good. Like in the long run, well, no, it can make you feel good now if you don't put the same pressure on yourself. So I'm very much getting connected to myself. And then of course, nature helps you to do it. If you want to be up here, like I'm in the Volta region of Ghana, West Africa, the dry season is quite hot. And by 11 a.m., you probably shouldn't be out there to about 4 if you really want to. Now, the people that farm, they the real MPs, okay? They the real MPs, okay? Because they out here all the time. But the rest of us, we need to go get in the shade or just stay in for a while. So it's nice to be able to take advantage of the time. It's like the weather the weather tells you what you should be doing. The weather, the atmosphere informs your lifestyle. You're not going against what is. You're going with what is, which makes life more easier. There's more ease to that. I feel like when I was in the States and watching people as I was younger, jogging in the winter and freezing cold and the wind is almost pushing you back, it could get that, y'all, if you're on the East Coast in the States, and it was so against what it was. It's against you. It's getting up. You were sleepy, but you got up anyway. Here it's so like, listen, you got the early morning, you better use it. I love it that the girl sweeps and the little girl sweeps and they sweep near my thing too. So little compound. So I love that. And the bread woman came today and wanted to see if I wanted to buy bread. And the banana ladies know I'm back here, so I bought a whole bunch of bananas yesterday. It's like a beautiful thing. There's so much community and so much help, and I'm a part of it. I don't know why I'm so emotional because I guess I feel love and I feel a warmth. And I've been on my solo thing. The man is in somewhere else, and I just that first week I still didn't exercise, didn't do anything. I just got quiet. I mostly fasted. I didn't get on social media, and I wasn't even trying not to. It never occurred to me. I didn't even remember social media. I was so much happy just being with me. And now this is the second week, going on the second week, and I feel like this is the week where I really just define what my time here is going to look like. And not that it's not going to change, because there's going to be all kinds of fluctuations, but for right now. And when you do that, when you finally get into your groove, and you, especially in a new place, and you move to that groove, you really are like, you're opening up the door for so many new things, because you're in a new place. And even though like you're doing the old thing, how could it be the old thing? You're going up a different hill, and you got different atmosphere. Like I said, you don't have the pollution here. You don't have all the other stuff, right? It's amazing. Like, it's just like my mind, opens up. Like, were we really paying all this money to live in some places that really force us to go against our natural selves, to go against nature? Like most people, not most people, maybe it's changing, but I still say I think the percentage is small that most people want to voluntarily live in the country. I mean, I guess some people that live in the country don't want to live in the country, if you know what I mean. And how much we fight the natural, and I'm so glad I'm out of that. Like, I'm so glad that what I felt inside as I was being called to this place, wow, it was right on. I listened to the right thing. That's how I feel. I feel like I finally listened to the right thing. I mean, of course, I know I shouldn't say finally, like I didn't listen when Spirit said come to Ghana, and I didn't listen when Spirit said stay in Ghana and never leave. And actually, March 9th, what is that? Is that like 2 days from now? Or something like that? I'm going to be 3 years, so we have to celebrate that. 3 years in Ghana, and I've come a long way. I'm not. I'm very happy and even kind of proud of my journey here. Now, I haven't had a chance to even say that. I think for Leos, it's always about did we make progress, and now I'm telling you that I'm not here to see if I make progress. It's not. I know it sounds weird, but it's not up to me to see if I make progress. That's not my focus. That's not my focus. My focus is how do I feel? How do I feel now? How do I feel where I am? And once you say, if I can say I feel good at this moment, then where I was all worth it. Where I was not even nothing to talk about. It got me here. I can see now how talking about the past is not necessarily helpful all the time. Because if you want to really know about the past, know about the now, know about the present. Being in the present tells you where the past got you, where the road that you travel. You don't have to be in the past to understand the past. You don't have to be in the past. You don't have to talk about the past to understand the past. If you talk about the now, well, you know there had to be a past to get you here. So why dwell in the past in general? Unless you want to think about the roads you've traveled and how far you've come. And that's wonderful, and that's positive, and that's definitely in the right direction. But I'm starting to really realize even that is taken away from this. Why not just revel in the now and the beauty of the now and you know what I'm saying? Like it's just something hit me. Like I think I finally got that. Like you could use that same energy to think about how great now is. And now that's really going to create another now moment that's going to be great. I could feel it, y'all. I just got a lot of ease. So I really went around the house. I got up, y'all. It was so, oh my God, this living room, oh my God. I had to take all of the mats off the floor. And I think here it's 7 mats. I had to move all the furniture in order to do it. I had to then sweep in sections. The floor was so dirty. Then I took the mats and swept them. Then I picked up the mats off the floor and I wiped all 7 back and forth with a damp rag. Then I slightly let it dry. That was pretty fast. Then I had to somehow work in I want to say quadrants, but it really wasn't 4. It was like sections. And once I did, it was more than an ocean. I was almost like, why did I start it? Because now I look at this mess, and I feel so much better. It's done. I did the bedroom, but I need help. So with taking the mats out and wiping them down and sweeping under them because the bed. But I'll do that. I did the kitchen with all the mats and the whole bit, and it's just. And I'm not done in the kitchen. I'm going to reorganize underneath the, if you are a patron of Afrocentric Home Design, you think about joining, or you want to just buy it and you don't have to join, just get the link to it. You'll see these things of me doing that. I did a patron of Afrocentric Home Design, got an hour and a half video coming to them because I was working. And I'm so glad I recorded it because, when I started, I didn't feel like doing it, but something deeper in me knew that I would feel better if I did. It just changes your energy. It just changes the energy. Y'all, if you ever struggle with wanting to do something, but you don't want to do it alone, you're afraid to do it alone, maybe living by yourself, living in the mountains, living by the ocean, but if you're alone, I'm telling you that the very thing that you fear the most is the very thing that you will learn to love. And you'll be like, how could I have ever feared this? It is the greatest thing that could have happened to me. This place called me. And in a sense, I feel like it called me and it kind of called me only. Everybody got a calling. Everybody. And I mean, your calling keeps coming. It never stops. It's not like you have this one calling and you get that and no. Or you only do that with no. Places call you because they know. They know what's ahead. and they know how good you're going to feel. And so I feel really good. I feel really great, and I look forward to getting up again. I thought I was like, okay, I got to do it. There's another thing about changing it up though, because the new space changes things for you. I remember one time I tried to get up at 4 or 5 in the morning, and I'll try it again. That's when the man was here, but I'll try it again. But I didn't resonate with the 4 and 5. I didn't resonate with it. I thought I would resonate more because it's dark and it's quiet, right? So that's the best time to supposed to be your melanin is at its highest and your third eye is more open, all that good stuff, which I'm sure as far as meditation, yeah. But I'll be honest, it wasn't resonating with me. So today I got up at 7, and the kids are around because they probably get ready to go to school, and I have my little, whatever, my positive stuff, thoughts on my phone, and I was listening, but I wasn't, just in the background more. And I was very connected. I used to have this excuse that if it wasn't dark or if it was a certain time, that, oh, well, the day is over, it's 7 o'clock instead of 4 or 5, so I can't do it. And that was being ridiculous. My body likes 7 o'clock. It's not like I work outside the home, it's not, I know I got my class at 11, it's more than enough time to do that, to eat, and so I started that stuff. So be open to the change too. Maybe what used to be in the old place is changed, has changed. So for me, my yoga mat's over here. I got my yoga mat out, got my little weight. I lifted, like I said, weights, and that's the little fabric on top. But it's yeah, duh, it's new, it's a beginning, but it's not. It just feels good, y'all. So today starts my 21-day intensive. I did not advertise for it because I was off for a week. The whole week, we take a week off. We do 21 days, take a week off, and then we come back for 21 days again. So we had our week off in Darling. You see, I took that whole week off. It was wonderful, and because I needed to, not me, I didn't need to do anything. But what came to me was the name of the group. The group didn't even know the next class, because I kept saying, I don't really know what it's going to be. The people that's already, some people sign up for it, they buy a package of months. They'll buy 6 months. I gave them a special, the OGs, the regulars, so they were already going to be in the next one. And I didn't know what the next one would be. And then I said, I think I called the next one. So anyway, I got a name and I got an idea. It's called I Am That I Am, Learning How to Channel. But it's a little probably better saying than that. But I am that I am, being open to channeling and bringing spirit into you. And why would you want to channel, you would say? Because you want to be so close to the divine that anytime you feel out of alignment, you can actually get yourself back in alignment. And that's what the class is going to teach us how to do. How to stay in alignment or get yourself back in alignment so that you're always channeling through your own self or your own vessel. That you're not looking outside of yourself, or more importantly, depending for something outside of yourself to get you to a place where you could hear, where you know to follow that voice, that is truly intuition. So we're going deep. And there's things that you have to do. It's like a ritual. That's of course, now you got to focus on how you eat. You got to focus on how much rest you get in. You got to focus on these routines. You got to set up things that's going to work for you. You got to know what makes you feel good. It's going to be a whole thing. And if you are interested, today it starts. Friday is the last day to join. It's $97. It starts at 6 a.m. It's live and it's on Facebook. So you do have to have a Facebook profile, Facebook page, in order for you to be a part of it. But I promise you, you will never have to depend on somebody else to make you feel good. You'll never have to, you'll still maybe get your, I was just going to say readings or consultations or whatever. You'll still do those things when you need it, but it'll be more for guidance or a remembrance as opposed to relying on these outside sources. I want to show us and remind myself of the power within to align, that power to align to actually what you want. That's where the good feelings are. You don't want to align to what you don't want. Not align to it. You can be aware of it, but you don't want to align with it. Because now you're standing tall on, I want that. Okay, well, that's what you're looking like. You're looking like you don't want it. And it's coming, Oh, I think it's gonna rain. I think it's gonna rain. I'm gonna see if I can go. I'm gonna go my short route today, just for the fresh air. I would take y'all with me. I would, but I don't know how well the Wi-Fi is gonna hold up. But I would certainly take y'all with me. Um, but you know what I noticed? It's a very rare time that I actually like to vlog and walk. I noticed that too. It takes away my focus because I'm not really out there to say, hey, look at me, I'm out there. When I'm just doing a regular walk like I used to when I did the videos here, but not when I'm doing my meditational walk, my inner space walk, my connection to me. Because sometimes you don't know what you're thinking and you need to know what you're thinking or what you're feeling. Or sometimes you don't need that. You need to just observe and get excited about what you see and allow that to make you feel a feeling that only that nature, in my case, in this case, can make me feel. So it's really beautiful. And yeah, channeling is something. Channeling is that thing that gets you out the way and allows spirit to come in. That's channeling. And it's a beautiful thing. So I just wanted to say good morning. Let me just see who's on. I'm gonna give it a try. Thank you all the people here. And if you can, thumbs up. If you want to, thumbs up. It'll be nice. I appreciate it. Angelic Impressions. I love the name. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning to you. Hey, Audra, how are you? Hey, Aisha, Grand Rising. That sounds like me preparing for the winter weather daily, right? Audra says the key is feeling good. That's right. Aisha says, I live near a beach. I love nature. I gravitate to no matter the weather. That's right. Now, I love that. And I did too when I was in California. So when I was in California, pleasure, peace, love, and ease, says Audra. I love my alone time. I learned that self-love is not selfish. That's right, Aisha. Roots, hey, Roots, happy Independence Day. That's right. Always watching from the sky. Yes, yes, happy Independence Day, God, West Africa. Yeah, Independence Day is always special to me because I got delayed at the when I was there coming to Ghana, and I got delayed because I didn't have a visa at the airport, and I couldn't, and I was going to the next day. I would have been able to go get my visa at the embassy in London, in England, London, and it was Ghana's Independence Day, so they were closed. But it was so that was a Friday, and then I had to wait till the weekend, till Monday, for the agency to open, and it did, the embassy, and I left on a Monday. So like this always is like that time, like this is the one that I missed. This is the one that I was gonna be in time for, but I missed it, and it's just I didn't even miss it. It was just divine, everything divine. Yeah, and that's the thing. You gotta have a sharp mind. I feel like channeling requires that. You got to definitely get out the way, but you got to have a sharp mind because I thought about that time when I was first coming, and I started out at Raleigh Durham Airport with my sister friend. We then got to Air Canada, and from Air Canada, we rode to Heathrow in England, and it was there that they told me. Now I got through all of that. They said Raleigh should have asked you for your visa. They told me that Canada then should have asked you for your visa. So when I got to London, and they didn't understand how I got that far without a visa. Isn't that something? I never thought about that until now, 3 years later. Like that was like, how did that happen? How did you get this far without a visa? And so when I finally had to find a hotel, they told me, because I was on British Airways, I think it's British Airways, going to Ghana, but I ain't go because they told me I can't get on. You will not get on this plane today. I was like, oh, what? But I remember that they told me that it was Air Canada's fault, and they got to pay for my hotel in Britain, and they did. But I just thought that was interesting. They was like, because they really shouldn't have let you. And it's funny because when I was at Air Canada, like they was more concerned about the bags and going back and forth and all this stuff, but they didn't even look at the visa. They just looked at the passport, and that was it. So my girl had a visa because she had already. She had bought a 5-year multi-entry, so she was good. And I just think about that the universe really meant for me to go, but why was I then stopped? Why didn't they get me? Which was good because when I got to Ghana, they could have denied me too. Because the whole idea was the person that booked my flight told me that he thought it was visa on arrival, which when you got there, it did say visa on arrival. So um, I think that happened because I needed to make that final choice, that free will. The ancestors could take you so far. You see they done move mountains because everybody's confused how I got out of Raleigh and then how I got out of Canada. How did you? I don't even understand this. We know it's not your fault because you didn't even know. No. And I realized because that final lap, that 6 hours away from Ghana that I was when I was in Heathrow, was up to me to decide if I wanted to cross over. It was up to me. It was like something must be in my spirit that nobody, they could get you so far, but at some point, it's you. It's you that's got to make the decision to cross over. It's you that got to make the decision. And oh my God, I remember thinking, I was in this wonderful man, Patrick, never met him, never met the travel agency. At that point, I feel like I only knew Goddess for like a few months. So at this point, I was not really knowing nobody. I was like, okay. So Brother Quasi, he's like, look, I got a friend. His name is Patrick. He's a Ghanaian. He lives in London. He's going to pick you up. And then after you go for this night at the hotel, and you're going to stay at his house. I was like, oh, okay. What else I had? It was them Sister Point of Surrender. I was like, okay, cool. He came and got me, and I stayed, and he gave me his bed, and he wasn't ever there because he was working all the time, and it was cold as hell in England. Oh my God. That was the second time there. Last time I was there for a movie that I was doing, a documentary, but with Tootie Mara. Oh my God, it was, and I remember getting on the video saying, y'all, I just think I'm gonna turn back. Like, I think I'm just gonna go back to the States. And it was a few y'all like, no, you almost there. LaTonda Page, if you ever, no, you're almost there. Like, don't turn back. You got it. And everything worked out. That Monday came, skipped the whole line. Once I made up my mind that yes, because I was on the fence. I was like, no, I'm going back home. People's like, no. The right people was like, no, you're staying. Like, keep going. Once I made up my mind that I was going to do that, everything opened up. It was a line. Can you imagine how many people trying to get their visa on Monday after Independence Day when the place was closed? But we already knew somebody that was there. They pushed it real fast. In a minute, I had it, and I'm running to the airport. Had my suitcase, everything, like, they gonna say yes. And I'm running I'll never forget, like, Patrick, Quasi, like, all the people, the Most High, the ancestors. Once I said yes, I was on that plane going to Africa. And it was so nice because I laughed so much. So it was nothing but Ghanaians really on the plane. I was mostly Africans going to Ghana. It was mostly Ghanaians and the plane filled. And the seat that I got, I'm sitting in the middle, and there's a seat, somebody passenger here, and they were both white. It was hilarious to me because I was like laughing. When I landed, I got that feeling everybody that a lot of people get when they first come to the continent as a diasporan. And you get that feel like, oh my God, I'm home. Like, we are landing in Kotaka airport. Oh my God, like, I still get that feeling. Like, I know that feeling, like, oh, I still feel that feeling. And I wanted to say yes, like, yay. And I turned around, I was like, oh, and I turned around because it wasn't that same thing for them. They were probably on business or all I could say was, oh, we're here. Like, I wanted to like hug the person. Like, it was very funny. But you get ups and downs when you're in Ghana, being a foreigner. And sometimes maybe it gets hard and you think, should I just go back to where I was? And you know why you don't go? Because you'll never go back to where you were. You'll never be able to go back to where you were. You can't go back. You can go back to a space that you used to know, but it changed too. So you'll never go back to that exact space, time, energy, how you felt to where you were. You'll never go back to that. And you should be lucky. It's good. You want to go up. You want to go forward, not back anyway. I already know that it would not be a good thing for me because I'm finally finding my momentum. So if you do decide to go to another country, how some people say, give it 1 year. I'm gonna say if you are coming to, especially I'm being very specific, if you're leaving the States and you're coming to Ghana or another African country, but I'm just gonna say Ghana, give it 3 years. Give it more than one. It's not like moving from New York to Virginia. Give that 1 year. It's something different because it's almost like you went through this kind of like, I don't know, like a black hole or a vortex or some field. And once you crossed over all that water, you crossed over the water of your ancestors being in there, you literally broke a barrier. So it's bigger. And it's remembering but still new. And it's all, give yourself more time if you can. Because it'll wrap its arms around you and it will really nurture you and it will really love on you if you allow it. I've been doing consultations, or I'm offering consultations for if you want to come to Ghana and you got these questions that you really want to ask, and I'm still open to it. If people want to do it, I do one-on-one consultations anyway. My spiritual consultations, it's on the site, $100 for an hour if you want that. But I also do, it's not on the site, but I do consultations when I'm moving to Ghana. And more than just the stuff that you can find on the website, because that's what you can find on the website. Is that you have to have a shot, you have to, all that stuff, that's easy. I'm talking about the nitty gritty stuff. The stuff that could really help people. Stay. First come and then stay. That's the real thing. It's not, can you start a business here? Can you I got a friend that wants to know, can you start a franchise? Yeah, you can do all that. That's not going to cause you the problem, it's the business. It is the culture. And I don't even mean the good part of the culture. I mean the other parts of the culture that unfortunately has become part of the culture. Give yourself a chance because your spirit got here, you landed, but now it wants to, you got to find you. And I've tried, like, I know it's so, because for all of y'all that is in Ghana now watching and you're in the Cape Coast, some people absolutely love the Cape Coast. I find diasporans absolutely love the Cape Coast. Like, we got a history of it. I know I think Elmina is one of the places that a lot of African Americans, or diasporans, because whether Caribbean or not, settled in the Cape Coast. That's where the dungeons are, by the way, just so you know. And I used to go to Elmina, and I used to go to this village, and I used to have fun, go to the beach house, and it was nice, but I never felt like I wanted to live there. Every time I would visit, I'd be like, I love it. I go for my little vacation after working really hard. But I never felt that. And then one time I got to go closer to this hotel that was so cool. My babies out here, cute little boys. Why they not in school? Okay. Maybe it's a holiday. Oh, it might be. Oh, today's probably a holiday. Because the Monday after Independence Day is usually a holiday. And I remember that. So today's a holiday because they would be in school. Cutest little voices. I love their cute voices. But anyway, Lord, where was I going? So, yeah, so like I said, well, I'm going to get back on it. But yeah, giving yourself some time. So when you first arrive, you might do a cry, you might think it's it. And you might judge that on, you don't like Ghana. But you got to get a chance for Ghana to tell you where to go. So Cape Coast. And so I remember this one was the closest I was ever to the castles. When I was in Elmina, it's Elmina Castle. I could see the castle from a little distance. But this was the first time that I was actually on the beach, where you look like you in the hotel, you're on the beach, you look like you could just touch basically the castle's on the beach with you. It's like, I think I ever told anybody this publicly. But I remember I was in this place and I didn't really, some vibe was off about the Cape Coast when I really got into this was actually the Cape Coast, not Elmina, but they both were basically. And I was like, that castle, I ain't really feeling that castle, they call it, the dungeon, we call it. I ain't really feeling that over there. Like, I'm not feeling like this whole like setup, but I don't really know what it is. So I'm in this little cramped room and I just didn't feel the vibe, but I was like, okay, I'm here. I'm trying to think, why was I even in the Cape Coast? I don't even know. I'm trying to figure out like why was I going to the Cape Coast. How did I get out there? I think I went with my sister friend. She was like, come on, come to the Cape Coast. I think I was just visiting. And I'm sleeping, y'all. And it's like something wakes me up at 1 or 2 in the morning. Now, if you get freaked out, listen, hey, you should come to the channeling class so you won't. And I heard a voice. And the voice said, come in the water. Come in the water. And I could hear myself saying, no, it's too late. It's 2 in the morning. Like, nobody's out. Like, why would I come in the water? And I could hear the voice speak like, come in the water, come in the water. But it wasn't like nice. It was like it was luring me into the water. And it said, come deep, walk all the way in, keep going. And I could feel this doom. Like I could feel this, it was not a good spirit. It was not. It was not a good spirit. Like I never, to the point I called my sister. I was like, I'm so depressed and I don't know what to do. And someone told me to come in the water. She's like, are you going nuts? I think I am. Like, I don't know. And I was like, no, I'm not coming in the water. No. Just for a second. I was like, no, I'm not coming in the water. No, like I'm fighting this spirit. Like I had to tell my sister, like, watch me, like call me in the morning. Like I'm not going in that damn water. And it was that night that a young lady I had met that morning of that terrible night that told me to come in the water because I wasn't going on my bed going in that water. She was sexually assaulted that night in that same place that I was staying at. But I hadn't met her yet. I met her the day after. And she was on the rocks over the water. And I saw her. And when I saw her, it was a connection. She's black. At first, I couldn't tell she was beautiful locks. And I said, are you Ghanaian? Because I wasn't sure, but so I know I'm Black American, and I could see something in her eyes. And we only met that one day. And I just fell in love with her. And then she said, let me get your number. I said, yeah, get yours. And then I stayed one more day. And then the next day I was leaving. I get home the same day. And a friend, one of the people that watched my sister from Venus was like, yo, you know the young lady you met? She really needs somebody. She's trying to get back to home to the States. And something happened to her. I knew right away it was probably not good. And the person said, can she come and, Venus said, can she come and stay with you? I said, she sure can. And she was the first person I came up to the Volta region with. So it don't resonate with me. It's too harsh. It could be my whole ancestral thing. It could be my sensitivity to picking it up. I'm sure that whoever was calling me in the water was somebody that went to rest. Somebody did not light a white candle for that ancestor, okay? It could have been them other people too, because they buried under that in there too, you know, but listen to your vibration. It will tell you. I feel like I've never been back there again. And I'll be wanting my girl, like, yo, I want to visit. And I know, but I don't want you not to love it. You will love it. Other people absolutely need to be there. I only tell that story not to turn you off to the Cape Coast and not to turn you off to a place that resonates with you. If anything, I want you to be aware of what resonates with you. I want you to be aware because that's why I say give it more time so that you can get around, you know. So, you know, I went to different other places. They were nice. I enjoyed them. But it wasn't until I came here that I was like, what? And I was taking a young lady and we went to the falls. And I told her she was going down and she healed in the water and all these beautiful things. And I did too. And from then on, I told her I was going to live here. It's going to be my home. And like I said, I didn't remember that till a year or two later. She called me and said, are you in the Volta region? I said, oh, yeah, matter of fact, I am. She said, remember you said? I was like, oh, my God, I don't remember all that, but I'm sure I did. Give yourself a chance to find your place. Because once you get here, you're not the same person that left the States. You don't sometimes even know who you are. Because you go through a lot. You go through, identify with the people, then you don't. Anyway, consultation, I'm going to get a little bit deeper. I'll even get a little bit deeper in that story I told you. And I only tell you these things so that, not to turn you off, but to tell you that there's a place for you if you want to be here. But there's a place for you in the universe. And sometimes it's not where you are now because you just grew. You got other things you have to do. There's other things you need to learn. Coming to Ghana is like going to school. You get a lot of education being here. Get a lot of education being here. It's very wonderful. But you're going to have times you don't like it because you got to get over the shock that they don't really see you like that. And oh my God, that probably is the hardest one. But I got a secret of how to make it in Ghana and to live in a community, especially like a village, and how you can make it. If you want to know, call me for a consultation 101. Come into the classes, the $97 for the 21 days. Or, yeah, I promise, because it's not stuff you want to say on the net. But it's going to rain. It's going to pour. It's about to pour. Come, let's go to the window. Let's go to the window. It's going to pour. I can see that. So, okay. I was ready to walk. I guess today I was supposed to just, be close to home. But let me show you. How's the house raining? See, that's dark. It about to pour. Now, I wonder if I can make it. Like, I want to try. Well, this is only a short walk. I think I'm going to go for it. And then I can get that beautiful rain shower. Then I'm going to come back and make herbal tea. I like this little bread here. They got nice breads because they all freshly made. It's called tea bread, this one. Yeah, I kind of like bread. It gets me going, and I don't overdo it, but I like it. So yeah, they're off. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to go. But if you are interested in anything, you can go to my website, afrocentrichomedesign.com. Or you can email me at afrocentrichomedesign@gmail.com, especially if you want a specific Ghana one-on-one consultation. But if you don't, the other one is on the website now. So, yay. Yes. Hey, Ellison. Hello, Lisa Marie. Hey, Aisha. Surrendering to the Most High is free, and that's right. Like a lot of people say, God take the wheel. That's right. Hey, Africano. How are you? Greetings to you as well. Yeah. I think I'm going to go for the walk, though. Because if I get caught in the rain, it'll be exactly what I said I wanted. So let me go and hurriedly walk. I'm not going to do the intensive walk. I'm going to do the walk, la, 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 la. Yeah. If I get wet, maybe I'll come back. All right, ladies, go to the website if you want and email me if you have any questions. I love y'all. 18 people, 9 thumbs up. Get all the thumbs up since you're in. If you came in this morning, I know you got something. I know you wanted to get something. I hope you did get it. I'm going to hurry up and take this little short walk, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Love you, ladies. Peace and blessings.